let me introduce Esther Waititu. Wapi makofa, nije weka muziki.
So today I'm going to talk about M-Pesa. And many of you know M-Pesa. How many of you here use M-Pesa? Guess by the show of hands. But there are some hands I haven't seen go up. Sawa. How many of you here within M-Pesa use ZD? Okay, that's good. Now, this is the one which is always tricky because I know I ask and people don't want to say. But how many of you here Fuliza? Sawa. Good. So that means you're using all our products. And there's a new one that I haven't talked to you about, which is Tunza Mapato. Tunza Mapato is an insurance cover that allows you to protect yourselves. We have it for healthcare and we have it for your phones, your devices. So that's another one. So before I go into why we're here, how old did M-Pesa, and this one MC, you must give someone some airtime. How old did M-Pesa turn last year? Okay, so now let us see. Let me come to the lady again. How old did M-Pesa turn? You can just shout for everyone. Fantastic. So the lady in red, where the people who have our airtime? Quickly. M-Pesa turned 18 last year. How old did Safaricom turn? So now no one can get airtime, you only need the answer.
Because they shouted.
They shouted? Okay. The lady there in red is the one who got the one for 18. Then now 25, I think we all knew. So today I'm going to talk to you around how insights, and it's very interesting. When I heard Phyllis speaking, she was giving us insights in terms of how trade policy we need to follow and the shifts that are coming, the signals that are coming. The gentleman, I know he's from Meru because he wants to become a Meru elder. He also talked about insights. Sorry, I forget the name. Was it Vincent? Franklin. Franklin talked about how we measure our behavior, how we do our campaigns, and how insights can be very important. So it's like we all knew what we're going to say. So what I'm going to talk about today is how we then leverage insights to build trust and customer loyalty. As marketers, what do you want to do with your customers? We want our customers to believe us, right? We want our customers to trust us. So that when they believe and trust us, what do? They keep on using our products over and over and over again. So because all of you use M-Pesa, I'm going to share a few things as to how we have gotten to where we have. M-Pesa was born in 2007. And it took M-Pesa exactly 5 years to become profitable. So those of you who are here, and you still haven't made profits yet, and you're in year 1, year 2, know that it took M-Pesa how long? Yes, so there's always an opportunity. So I'm not going to go right back to the beginning, but I'm going to talk about how from 2015, M-Pesa, the system was housed somewhere else. It was housed in Europe. Why was it housed there? Because when we did our experiment, which is how we get people to send money, and it was even very interesting because what Michael Joseph, who was our founding CEO, used to say, M-Pesa is just there to create stickiness. M-Pesa is there to help the telco grow so that people have got one other thing that they can use. What has happened today? M-Pesa now accounts for 45% of the total revenue that Safaricom delivers. And why is that important? It is important because sometimes the way we start is not how we finish. When M-Pesa started, it was just to keep people on the network, to give them one extra thing to do. And so we're leveraging on consumer behavior. We're not thinking about making money. We're thinking about how can we influence the behavior of our consumers such that they can then start to transact and stay more with us on our network. And so today we're going to look a little bit around how we're going to go beyond technology. So today we have M-Pesa, which is a super app. The super app was developed and came alive in 2021. So Franklin gave us stats, and I'm going to give you those stats. So today you can challenge me because I'm going to give you the number of downloads. We have over 9 million downloads of this super app. Out of that 9 million, we have 6.4 million customers using us every day to do simple transactions, starting from when you're sending money to others, when you're making a business purchase. We've talked about ZD, you're transacting, you're saving, you're investing money there. There's insurance that's also alive in that same platform. So why is it a digital lifestyle provider? Because we're giving you more and more opportunities. And when we talked about how many mini apps are in the super app, we're also creating a marketplace for those who have businesses. Because today, M-Pesa has over 37 million customers who use us every 30 days. Daily, 21 million customers that use us every day. So if those customers are using the super app, and then we place your mini app, which talks about your business in that super app, how many people are going to see your business? 21 million, isn't it? Because they're using it every day. So we're also creating an ecosystem that allows other people to come in and trade on our platform. But we can't do that alone. Those mini apps that we're talking about, that super app, we need to work with others to build. As much as we have the insights that tell us where customers are, as much as we have the insights that also show us what customers are transacting on, we need others in very niche areas to help us. And so we've created a community of over 100,000 developers. Is there anyone who's a developer in this room? Yes, we have got one developer. Are you part of our movement of developers at Safaricom? You have? Yes, we've got one developer in the house who says he's interacted with our APIs. And he's able to make money by leveraging the APIs that we have. So M-Pesa is not just helping individuals, but it's also driving a lot of business. So, as a result, we have created a very open platform for people to be able to connect with us. And that's why we say that we started off by simply sending money. Today, we're enabling businesses in all shapes and forms to be able to trade. So, as a marketer, and as you think about how businesses continue to grow, let's now talk about how we're being enabled, or how we enable others. So if you think about the world today, and you think about what the use of data is and how we're all interconnected, the very first thing that you do, if you forget your phone, so now let me ask the ladies, when you forget your phone versus your handbag, which one is more important? Okay, good, it's the phone. Gentlemen, your wallet or your phone? Don't worry, M-Pesa is a wallet also. So I'm going to take it that the wallet is also an M-Pesa wallet. So the very first thing that we are doing is making sure that, first of all, what enables the use of mobile money, what enables the use of data. The very first thing there is that we need to have access to a phone. The phone has become the anchor of everything that we do. But more importantly, maybe you guys just need to put your phones up. Who has a kabambe in this room? Huh? William, never Kabambe. So all of you have smartphones, isn't it? And you have smartphones because that makes your life a lot more easier for you to transact. You're able to read your messages, you're able to share your pictures. So the first thing that we're doing that enables the use of mobile money is we think about the device that people connect with. So that's the first thing that it has enabled for us today. If I don't have, okay, so we'll start with the phone. How many guys have said my line has dropped, or you're talking to someone, the line drops? What is the thing that you need the most once you have a phone? We need connectivity, and we need a very broad network in order for us to be able to transact or to even speak to each other. So because of that, and because of the robust connectivity network that Safaricom has, which is over 3,500 base stations, we're then able to connect. So that means 95% of the population in Kenya is covered. How much? Let's repeat again, how much? What percentage? So isn't this now an excellent place as a marketer that we should be? When you've got sufficient coverage, you've got people with devices, you've got a great network, the next thing then becomes, how do you create content? We have identified one developer in the room. So now we start to create content for you to then start to engage with us. M-Pesa becomes the first one. Data becomes another one. Voice becomes another one. When you're taking this evening through the number of USSD codes, and I'll repeat, when you use *554 hash, what access are you getting? You're getting access to data. Data is now what enables the apps that we're talking about. Data is then what enables the content that we're consuming. And so that becomes a critical enabler for us. Because we're 18 years old, coming to M-Pesa, it means over time we've had to build trust. And how we build that trust? We build that trust by ensuring that M-Pesa is on 24/7. M-Pesa is on how many times? And we say that we've got 99.9999 uptime. 99.999, I haven't gotten to the fifth nine, because sometimes, like any other technology, we may have challenges from time to time. But we have built that trust by making sure that 99.99% of the time, consumers are able to transact. So the only way we can be a trusted brand is that we are then dependable. So are the brands that you're working with dependable, and can you be able to showcase the statistics that enable how you're able to trace? That's number one. Number two is that you make sure that you're always on. You're always available for your customers to then transact with you. And then you provide multiple channels. So does everyone here use the app? You do? Does anyone here use USSD? You do? Okay. So you also have to make sure you're providing multiple channels in which customers can engage with you that are always reliable. So if there's any issue with the app, you can always use USSD. If there's any issue with USSD, you can always use the one which is embedded in your SIM card. So you always have to make sure that your customers have access to you at any point in time. I've talked about the developer community, but we have other partnerships because we can't do this alone. How many of you are using the M-Pesa virtual card? Fantastic, you're using the virtual card. Why is that important? Because we want to take the world to you. See, the virtual card, you're paying for Netflix, right? You're paying for your Spotify. Yeah? You're paying for your YouTube Premium. And when we take it a notch higher outside of the personal space, we have small and medium-sized businesses who trade with the virtual card. We've got people who buy products from China and pay with their virtual card. If you go to Tanzania today and you want to use M-Pesa, you're able to use it through the partnerships that we have developed. So if you're in Uganda, I think the question was asked, do you know the East African countries? So that was asked earlier. So if you're in any of the East African countries and any of the Southern African countries, you can actually transact with M-Pesa. But that has all been enabled by thinking about partnerships, because you can't do it alone. So our key partners include people like Visa, because how would we have a virtual card? We're not card providers, but we have to work with someone who enables cards. Are we present in Tanzania? Yes, we are through, and there's M-Pesa in Tanzania, but we have to work with aggregators in order for us to do that. Today, we are sending money with Western Union, so you can send it from M-Pesa. If you're sending money to the US using Wave, you can do that through M-Pesa. And that has all been enabled through strategic partnerships that we work with. How many of you need to cash out when you're using M-Pesa? Just by show of hands. When you're cashing out, if you ever need to use cash, if there's ever a need to use cash. Yes. We work with over 300,000 agents across this country. And those are small businesses who we work with. They get a commission for enabling us to enable you to get cash. So that ecosystem is really important. And without that ecosystem, we can't trade. Even today, if you want to withdraw in an ATM, that's an agent for us. Every bank's ATM has become an agent for M-Pesa. The agents who are standalone, especially in areas where we don't have ease of access to bank facilities, again, those are our agents. And they have been very key enablers in terms of how we then deliver. But we have a license. Who do you think licenses M-Pesa? Yes, the Central Bank of Kenya. And if they take that license away from us, we'll be unable to give you the services that we're able to provide for you today. And so partnerships with regulators becomes really important. We have 3 regulators that we work with as M-Pesa. We've got the Central Bank of Kenya, we've got the Capital Markets Authority, we've got the Insurance Regulatory Authority. And without the 3 of them, the M-Pesa you see today will not work. And that's also another key enabler for us. Then the last thing for us to be able to then know how to engage with you, to talk to you, to show you the right offers, to make sure we're getting you to the right places, it is data. We spend a lot of time understanding you as an individual, understanding the businesses that you engage with, so that we can give you the right propositions. And I want to give one example here, how Fuliza came to be. It was purely through insights. We noticed that when we look at our data, there are many transactions that were not being completed. So we wondered, why are they not being completed? We then found a day or 2 later they're completed when the wallet has been topped up. That became a business idea. We said, why don't we enable people just to finish? If it's 10 shillings that they just need to finish that transaction, how can we get that? What can enable us to do that? That's where the partnership with Advance then became relevant. That's how Fuliza was created. The recent one that we've done, which is ZD Trader, we wondered why the number of retail investors had stagnated at 200,000. This has been for 9 years. We've only had 200,000 investors on the securities exchange. How about if we digitize? What will that mean? What will that do for us? ZD Trader is not even a month old, but we have over 200,000 retailers. So what the NSE has done manually over 9 years to get to 200,000, digital technology has enabled the same in less than 1 month. Does that make sense to you guys? In 1 month, just using technology and understanding where the gaps are, we've been able to double what has taken the securities exchange 9 years. We have done it in less than 1 month. So that's the power of data. Data allows us to be able to find insights that were not ordinarily visible, and then now we've used technology then to take us forward. And so then, That's where the trust comes, right? So trust beyond technology. There's no way the 200,000 customers would have gone into our ecosystem if they didn't trust us. Would you have come if you didn't trusted us? Would you have traded with us? So the baseline, before you even think about technology, must be, what solution are you solving for? And do people truly believe in the solution that you're going to be giving? So trust over any technology that you're going to be giving. Second, it's how deeply do you understand your customers? I've explained to you that we've been seeing transactions not completing. We gave you an option. We said you can complete, you can use Fuliza to continue and complete your transactions. We know that now when you've told us you prefer your phone over your handbag, we make sure that you're able to pay for all your services easily. The men, I'm still going to convince you that your wallet is your M-Pesa. And so we've also understood how you trade specifically. At the heart of everything that we do, it's around, have we understood our customer and what they want? And I know there's still a lot of feedback around areas that we can improve, but the core of what we're saying here, from a marketing point of view, is that we believe that we have understood what you're looking for, and we continuously take your feedback so that we can improve. So that means at the heart of it, we are truly customer-centric. And to build loyalty, it means that we have to continuously be in that relationship. We have to continuously be in a relationship where we're understanding what is it that you want, what is it that you don't like, then how do we make that better and better for you? So as Franklin showed earlier, Net Promoter Score for us is the most important metric that we have in Safaricom. We measure how our customers feel. How is the market evolving? And if the market is evolving in a very specific way, how do we make sure that we're evolving faster than how the market is evolving? And that is a challenge that we're presenting to you as marketers, to say, how do you move faster? First of all, by understanding what your customer wants, and then now being able to shift. So these insights, we're then able to get deeper understanding of what each and every customer is looking for. We're then able to get very, very clear ideas, together with the ecosystem and the partners that we're working with, around what is next, what can we give to our customers. And how we build is not just for individual retail customers, but what are we also doing for businesses as they come into this ecosystem? How are we also building loyalty? Remember at the beginning I said, our founding CEO said that she was creating a product that creates stickiness. Stickiness is what we refer to or equate to loyalty. And that's where we have to end up as marketers. Not just ensuring that products and services have been sold, but truly at the core of everything that we do, that customers stay with us today, tomorrow, and into the future. So I'll give you some more examples of where we've been able to do this effectively. I've talked about fees already. There's also ensuring, which are partnered with the banks. There's KCB and PESA. But I want to talk about Pochi La Biashara. How many of you are Pochi customers here now? Yes. The biggest benefit that Pochi has, first of all, does anyone have to onboard you? You do it yourself. Yeah? That's the first thing. Second thing, it separates your normal expenses in your wallet from your hustle, whatever else you're doing. Then the most important one that we found that people love the most is you cannot reverse. You cannot reverse the trend. I can see someone smiling. Imeingia, it stays. Yeah? Because one of the biggest areas and pain points that we've had is around the number of reversals in our ecosystem. So in Pochi, you cannot reverse. Pochi allows you to then separate anything that you want to do for your normal expenses from the business that you want to build. And now we've even gone further to say, even with that Pochi wallet, now you can invest your money overnight with Ziggy, where you get today the rate is 6.5%, but you get your money overnight. You get your interest every day. We're taking it further and saying, for that hustle of yours, because it's difficult to explain your hustle to a bank when you're still an individual entrepreneur. You also have access to credit in that same wallet. So that's how we're thinking about innovating and giving people the solutions that they really need. And I've talked to you around Trader. So I really hope, first of all, you are able to buy some shares and become a part owner of one of the large companies in this country. So you become an investor, you have access to credit, you're able to pay for your services and solutions. What have we then created? We have since then created an ecosystem of trust. That ecosystem of trust has been underpinned by transparency. Because today, if you use the app, you can see your limit. You can see the last person that you paid. You can see your full phone book and who you need to pay. We've taken now that to transparency. Because once you have the power to see, then you're able to then make decisions. You're then empowered. Because what we have done, and what as marketers we should do, is we should make things so simple. Because when it's simple, it's convenient. It's easy for you to experiment. It's easy for your customers to then enter your ecosystem. And then, that then starts to build trust. Once you build trust, that means usage increases. Now, it is our role to make sure that as your usage is increasing, we're understanding what you want as an individual. So we start to then personalize your experience. And that you'll only be able to do on the app. So that you can see only what you need. You don't have to see what everyone else sees, and I'll give an example. Very soon on the app, if all you want to see is entertainment, as the mini apps that you'll be looking for, that is all that you will see. Because that's what your preference is. Do you have to see what everyone else is seeing? No. We'd have understood you as an individual. So that's where we're moving it to. And that's leveraging the power of technology around artificial intelligence. Embedding it in every single thing that we do, so that it becomes clearer and very simple for each of you to then be able to use at your time in a way that works for you. What is very interesting, who can guess the peak time when people transact the most on M-Pesa? I'll give a couple of multiple choice answers. Is it morning? You're allowed to say yes or no. Okay. Choice B, midday. Choice C, between 6 and 8 p.m. Exactly that. The highest transaction volumes, and to give you just a few insights so you can see how the velocity can be very big. Between 6 and 8 p.m., we transact up to 4,500 transactions per second. I'll repeat just for emphasis. Between 6 and 8 p.m., we process on average 4,500 transactions per second. Why is that the case? What happens between 6 and 8? Sorry? Transport, The market. What else? Fuel. Sorry? Cash, pay bills, yes. So now you've understood yourself as Kenyans, right? Our work is between 6 and 8. So that means we have to adapt to the trends that we see. So between 6 and 8, there is no one who is in, at least in Safaricom, who's not making sure that every single transaction is going through. Because we've understood what peak times mean for you, and we make sure that we're ready for you at that time. So that's how we're leveraging loyalty, we're understanding how you behave, and then making sure that our products and our solutions are ready for you at exactly that time. We've also done the same for the businesses, and I didn't talk much about it, but for businesses, those who run tills, those who have pay bills, we also have a solution for them so that they can also manage these peak transactions that happen between 6 and 8. So if there's anything that you leave with, just know we call it our golden hours between 6 and 8. We make sure that every business is properly connected. We make sure that your wallets are also properly loaded. So that's how we've leveraged technology in order for us to be able to deliver for you. And so in closing, because we're all marketers here and we're looking for ideas in terms of how we can grow and make our businesses thrive and as individuals, I just want to leave 3 things with you, just 3, when you're building trust and when you're building loyalty. Number 1 is the strongest brands are not the loudest brands. The strongest brands are not the loudest brands. The strongest brands are the most trusted brands. If the strongest brands are the most trusted brands, what is it that we must then do when we think about building trust? The first one is that we must be consistent in our delivery. We must use insights-led decisions to serve our customers. And more importantly, we must make a human connection. So your M-Pesa is your M-Pesa. In fact, there's someone who came, one of our customers who came and said, please can you find a way of making sure that you can hide my balance? And this is a married man, because I don't want my wife to see. Yeah? And because of that on the app, now you've got, you can actually blur your balance. Okay? So, human connection. Someone asked for it, we gave it to them. And so my challenge for you, as I conclude tonight, is how can we make brands be trusted? How can we make brands be consistent in what they commit to deliver? How can we make sure that insights is what leads what we share with customers? And how can we truly connect with our customers as human beings so that they can continue to stay and walk the journey with us for any product or solution that we look to deliver? And I really hope that you've been inspired by the journey of M-Pesa. For those of you who are in business, remember it took 5 years to make a profit, so don't lose heart. It's taken us 18 years to understand these insights and to share them with you. And our invitation is, please continue to walk with us. Please continue to engage with us so that we can build bigger, better, and greater brands from this beautiful country of ours, Kenya. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being my coffee. Thank you. And because I don't want to waste any more time, I know after this we are going to the dinner pale juu. Without pressing, thank you so much, Miss Esther Waititu. Thank you for that knowledge.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Cherono. This is my first time here. I heard about it from my lecturer actually. She gifted us the tickets to come and just learn and immerse ourselves in the marketing space. So that was really good. So shout out to you. And what I think I took away from like every single speaker was that the value is in the customer, the value is in the people. So to value the connections that you have with your clientele, to make sure that you're having like interactions with them on a day-to-day basis, because literally everything is data. From them, everything is data, but substantial data at that. What to expect? I mean, being that it was my first one, I'm expecting to learn more and be a better marketer in the event that, no, when I start my own brand, and be more equipped and more knowledgeable in the marketing space, and also to be a good marketing student as well. So, yeah.
My name is Devian. I'm the chairperson of the marketing club in Strathmore. For today, it was a good event. I was able to learn a lot, interact with a lot of different people, and my expectations for the future is have such series up and coming and bringing in even more students to engage and interact with the people. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Cheke. I'm representing Color Marketing. We are a digital marketing agency. So my experience today was really good in much as, AFCFTA, which is something that I'm also very, very passionate about, and digital marketing. I felt that actually I did know some things about M-Pesa, like the 4,500 per second transaction daily and the peak time, which is actually data I feel that we can also leverage when we are doing marketing. What I'm looking forward to in the next events from Marketing Africa is things relating to AI, digital and AI, because I feel that is where we are moving. And I'm always a fan of Marketing Africa. I'm always attending these events. So shout out to William Colombo. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Esther Waititu, Chief Financial Services Officer at Safaricom. (2026) this year? Oh my. Hey, I don't think I've had one actually. Okay, but if you're talking about, let's not do 2026, let's just say the biggest okay. My biggest marketing challenge was misreading the customers and believing that my solution was the right solution, not about the customer.
How do you balance data-driven decisions with creative intuition? Do you decide between the two?
I have got 3 centers of making decisions: my mind, my heart, and my tummy. So sometimes the logic makes sense, but if your heart and your gut are not aligned, then you must think twice about it.
What is the most important metric you check?
The most important metric for me is how many customers have been using our platform.
Last one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Safaricom campaign?
I'm going to just say M-Pesa at 18.